you don't get into a relationship and feel like you need to prove that you're trustworthy.
And also, why is there already issues like 2 weeks in?
Chemical X.
Welcome back to another episode of the Chemical X podcast. It's me, Veronica.
And me, the one that matters, Alessia.
You've been awfully in a lot of white lately. What's going on here? Are you trying to hint me something?
So guys, I know last week I was saying that I'm single, but now I'm engaged. So
And you're on your bachelorette weekend. Like,
I'm engaged, and the guy who got me the ring said that, you know, he can't afford the ring right now. Mm-hmm. So it's pending.
It's pending.
But how would you feel if somebody said, I want to propose to you, like we're engaged, but like I don't have the funds to get you your ring yet. Don't propose.
Yeah. I just feel like that's not a proposal.
Well, like you get a fake ring?
But that's not a proposal. Like, depends how they do it, but
well,
I just
feel
feel
like...
with
a fake ring.
Okay, like,
so
do you want to get married?
In Selling Sunset in the first season, he couldn't afford it, but he proposed to her with a fake ring and then said, I will get you your real ring when I can.
Okay, that's cute.
No. Sorry. Do it when you can. No rush.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like unspecial. Like it kind of like ruins the moment if there's like I'm proposing to you with a fake ring and I'll get it to you. Like it's just like it could be more special if it's just all going right.
Yeah.
But I guess depends on the circumstances.
I mean, what are you supposed to go after your friends and say this isn't the real? Oh my God, I'm peer pressure.
Yeah.
But that is peer pressure.
Well, I mean, like, how do you announce your engagement after? Like, do you do the thing, but it's not the ring? Like,
it's weird.
It's a lot of...
Yeah. And I just thought about it when I was on vacation. I was wearing an all-white outfit. Actually, your all-white outfit that I snatched from you.
Thank you.
Go on vacation. And I was wasted and I was in all white and the girl I was with was in all black and we literally did a fake proposal. Like she proposed to me, got on one knee, like it was...
Ew, that's so cheesy.
We were so cheesy and every day she asks me... Every day she asks me for that video and I don't want to send it because I haven't got to the state of my life where I could even watch that video. You know when something's so cringe, you can't even go there.
Don't ever show me because I'm going to end this podcast real quick.
It's so weird. I've been wearing a lot of white lately.
Weird.
Maybe I'm sending messages to
I don't know who, not me. Before we move on, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, comment down below, follow us on Spotify, and leave us 5 stars on Apple Music.
Yes, leave us comments, let us know what you want to hear next because, you know, it's difficult every week.
It's difficult
to keep you guys fucking happy.
Yeah. So last week and even this week, my voice is like fucked up because I'm sick.
But I actually really like your voice lately.
It's kind of like raspy.
Yeah, you're kind of like Brooke Davis from One Tree Hill, and I'm kind of digging it. So,
well, like I don't really want to
get your manly voice back. How do I say get sick again?
Yeah. But I didn't mention on the last podcast, and I'm watching the whole thing and I'm like, okay, am I ever going to say why I sound like nasal as fuck? And I didn't. Anyways, I don't know if you agree. I mean, I know you agree, but every time you're sick now, you're like, okay, so I have the Delta virus. Yeah. I have COVID. Like I'm dying. Yeah. Like any symptom, like even if it has nothing to do with COVID, I'm like, I'm sick. I have COVID because obviously no other sickness exists.
Right. Exactly.
So as you get sick, you're kind of like, okay, COVID. Yes. COVID. Yeah. I have COVID. But I didn't actually think I had COVID. And I was like in bed.
Is this when you tell me you have COVID and all of a sudden like I'm like here like
what the fuck? Is this my coming out to you and telling you have COVID now? Like I don't know. But no, so I'm in bed and my boyfriend's getting ready for work and he like kisses me goodbye and I'm just like, oh, you look so good. And he's like, yeah, thank you. He's like, do I smell good? And so I'm like, oh, like let me smell. So like he leans down and like I smell his neck and I don't smell anything. So I like, let me smell your arm. I smell his arm and I'm like, holy shit. Like I do not smell a thing. And I'm like, my heart drops. I'm like, oh my God, like babe, like I can't smell anything. What? And he's like, oh. And then he leaves the room and then he comes back 2 minutes later. He's like, oh wait, I just realized I didn't put my cologne on.
Wow.
I'm like, wow. Babe, I was just in bed calling the fucking hospital. Like, are you joking? Oh my God. Can't just pull a curveball, like smell me and then.
You diagnosed yourself with COVID on your boyfriend's terms.
Like, is he joking? Babe, do I smell good?
Wow.
Well, put on cologne before you ask me. Like, I don't know.
Oh my God.
Anyways, I was really traumatized. Because
that would have been like the last thing.
That's the last straw
to say.
It's because somebody had even said to me, like, oh, because I was like, oh, no, I don't have COVID. But like, I don't know. They're like, oh, well, can you smell and taste? I was like, yeah. And then the next morning that happens and I was like, oh my God.
It's the symptoms. It's hitting. Yeah. It's getting me now.
But meanwhile, it's him fucking punking me. Like, I don't know.
Oh my
what
God.
the fuck?
That should be illegal what he did.
Yeah.
He should have came and see you with an iced coffee and said, I'm sorry for scaring you.
Yeah. Where was my iced coffee? I bought a Mars bar.
Wow. The last time I was here and I saw a Mars bar and I ate it and I didn't realize that it was a gift from David to Veronica, and I kind of do that often.
Well, it's fine. He eats all the gifts that he buys me, so it doesn't really matter. I constantly, the other day, and I've said the story before, but like when he buys me sweets, because I'm not a sweet person, I stash them and I'm like so ready for them.
Yes.
And then this happened again. The other day, I'm like so ready for ice cream. I'm like, babe, we're going to have ice cream? And he's like, what ice cream? I'm like, my ice cream that you got me. He's like,
oh, I ate it.
He's like, oh, well, I could Uber Eats you one if you want. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
This is crazy.
But I'm like, you know what? I don't want the Uber Eats one. I want the one that was in my freezer waiting for me. Like,
even
I don't want to
like
wait
expired.
No, I
like
want that
freezer
one.
burnt. That's the one I'm choosing.
That's the one that I want. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Crazy.
Anyways, so we're in a fight. And you would be fooled because I have, like, I don't know, ice cream chocolate stains, but it's not from the ice cream.
Veronica's taking all the outfits I wore on vacation and she's making them look better on set.
Apparently didn't wash.
So you're like, your vibe today is like 70s, Austin Powers. Yeah.
Thanks. I'm manifesting the gig that I did not get. So
wow, talk about it.
I did an audition for like the most me role that I could ever get.
Crazy. Literally though.
And you know, sometimes like I realized in my life, maybe it's just because I'm privileged, and like I just usually get what I want. I like, yeah, what the fuck?
People are going like,
no, but I mean, like,
podcast.
I've never been, okay, let me rephrase what I'm saying.
I'll give you a chance, but only once.
Only one.
Because right now you just said you're privileged.
I just
and you
said,
get what you want.
Yeah.
Weird.
No,
yesterday you were talking about how you're hardworking, so I'm very confused, and just clear it up, please.
So usually like I work hard for things and then I get them, but I've never been so humbled as when I started getting into the acting scene. Like, never in my life have I been rejected so many times when I was like, this is the perfect role for me. Like, I'm getting this. I know I'm getting this. Yeah. There's no one else that could get this. And then I don't get it. It's a hard pill to swallow.
It is.
But then yet I get the 7-year-old boy one. So it's very like.
But you've been also, while I was away, you've gotten quite a few that you haven't really spoken about, but that you've done.
Right.
But this particular one. I heard that title. I said, Veronica,
you're getting it.
You're getting it.
They said they're waiting only for you.
We boosted you so much. You were about to do it without makeup because you were so sure you were
I wasn't going to even send a video because I was so sure I was going to get it. I was going to snap them a pic and say, I'm ready.
Oh my God. So explain what the job title was.
So yeah, so this one was like made for me, as they always are, but whatever. You know. So it was like a 70s.
The 7-year-old boy was made for you?
Nah. Okay. That's not what I meant.
Perfect.
So it was like a 70s scene where they're in like a strip club and they needed like a fun like 70s vibe dancer to be in like a bikini.
My God, where was this outfit when you needed it?
I know. Rude that you didn't offer it up. Anyway, bad friend. So I was like, I'm getting this. They said need to have a 70s look, need to be able to dance. I was like, okay, my only 2 skills. And I did my amazing audition and I was so proud of it. And I even knew so hard I was going to get it because I posted a clip of doing it on Instagram, and I never share anything that I'm doing that I like want.
Until
that I
you
haven't
get it.
Yeah. I never
it's
share.
Like bad luck.
Yeah, it's like bad luck. And I feel like people
then people ask and then that's the worst.
Or they put like bad juju on you. But I was so confident that I decided to post it.
Because then they're like, when are you getting famous? Did you get that role? And you're like, bitch, stop talking about it because I didn't. Yeah. And you always have that one uncle, Veronica. What are they doing? What are they saying?
Don't forget me when you're famous. Zio. But anyways, so I applied and I'm still telling myself that maybe there's a chance, but filming starts tomorrow, guys, and it's 8 p.m. So who's going to tell me there's no chance?
And you've been dieting for this for how long? And you're still not giving up hope. You're like, what day does
It's because that's the problem when it comes to these castings. You have to start starving yourself as soon as you submit the email, because whether you're getting it or not, they're telling you 2 hours before. So you need to already be skinny. Like, I do shit like make my nails a color that's okay in the 70s. Like, you see what I mean? Like, all these things that I do and I manifest and I don't get it.
It's crazy.
Anyways, it's just rude.
And then you reread the title.
So I realized after I already filmed it, I thought I was just like dancing sexy. I realized after I already filmed it that I had to be a stripper. So I was like, was I sexy enough?
No. I feel like that if you would have known that, you would have even sold it more.
It like sold, and I just want to know, who did you choose over me?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was really disappointed that I didn't get it. And this is me admitting that I did not get it.
Wow. Veronica, you know me, the optimist that I am. You never know. Tomorrow you might wake up and they say you need to come.
They might say the 10 out of 10 fucking broad we hired didn't show up. So now we're down to, option 72. And it's you, babe. It's you. It kind of reminds me of like when I was getting into high school and they have like the enriched like advanced program.
Yeah.
And like I remember doing the test and applying just for fucks. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I know I'm not going to get in, but I just want to see if I'm actually smart enough to get in,
Yeah. But what happens when you get in?
Well,
you're in.
So they called me and then they're like, so they didn't call me and I was like, okay, I didn't get in. And then like 2 weeks after like this subscription happened and everybody knew that they were in enriched and I swallowed the fact that I wasn't in enriched, they called me and they were like, hey, somebody dropped out of enriched and you were actually like the 31st on the list and there was only 30 spots. So now somebody dropped in. So you have the spot if you want it. And I was like, wow. Is this what second best feels like?
It is.
And I said, I'll take it.
But you know what? It's not so much second best that you knew that they had a cap on 30.
I know. It's like 31 is like...
It's worse if like the score to get in was 80 and you were 79 and it's like, hey, she was number 31, throw her in. That's like, that should be illegal. Like you deserved to be in there. Am I going to call your principal?
Yeah, what the fuck? like, it's fine. I got into enrich and then I also failed out of enrich. So we're good. Like,
oh my God.
They said no wonder this girl was 31st on the list.
Before we get into this week's episode, I forgot to mention something of last week and I just can't believe I forgot to talk about this. So on my way back from Barcelona, I was sitting on the plane and it was one of those things where I didn't choose to pay for a seat. So I was getting... what was given, okay?
That's your way back for you, eh? Yeah. Like way back, you say, put me in the trunk. I fucking hate my life, so it does not matter where I'm sitting.
It does not matter where I'm sitting. But
I don't want to see no fucking view of Montreal as we're landing.
But then I realized real quick that it matters. So I'm sitting in the middle of two people I do not know, okay? Sitting in the middle, it's like one thing when you have like the window, you can like go to sleep, or the aisle, you can kind of just like, you have your section. In the middle, you're cornered.
Yeah.
Like, you better only go to the bathroom once. You better not bother anybody. You better not hit anyone with your arms.
And it's like, you don't even get
you don't
one
even
of
have,
the
you
side
don't even have your seat. You should pay less because you don't have your seat.
You don't.
You have 25.
You have to sit like this.
You have 25% of your seat and like everyone's judging you, whatever movie you put on. Like,
you text and you have two people looking at what you're saying.
Literally. No, but literally. So I'm sitting next to a Québécoise, like a Jacques. No, wait, I want to come up with a better name.
Sébastien, Alexandre.
Give me two more.
Pascal.
Okay,
not Pascal. Pascal.
I'm sitting next to Québécoise Pascal. Okay. Now he has the window. Like you should have no excuses. Okay, stick to your section. And it was very like Pascal is not with his family members.
Okay.
He's alone on his own, okay? And he's taking up more than his side of the seat, okay? He decides to take off his shoes on the plane and start like, putting them onto my section. Now, his bare feet are like touching the side of like my section.
No.
And I'm just like looking at him like, I'm not looking at him. I'm actually grossed out. And then his arms are like coming onto mine. I want to know where in life have you been to not
have a sense
that like I'm annoyed. Now I'm on this dating app called Raya. Anybody doesn't know, it's like a really good dating app, and to be honest, I would never be on it if it wasn't good. So it's a good one, okay? And I'm like at this point on the plane just looking at my options. I'm so bad. I'm just like seeing what's out there, you know what I mean?
In the sky
before it takes off. I want to load to see the men that are options. And as I'm on this app, he's beside me, so his feet are on my side, his arms are on my side, he's burping every second, okay? Like Pascal, like tone it down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you know that burping is something you can't control, you better hope that your feet aren't on my side.
Yeah. Choose one.
Choose one. Because I'm not dealing with all 6. Anyway, then the girl comes. She doesn't understand him because he only speaks French. Now I'm the mediator in the middle.
Oh my God.
I don't want to help because he's disrupting my time, my 8-hour flight. Okay? So now he's talking in French and the girl's just like, I don't know. So I became the translator the whole trip. Okay? No. She came back like 5 times. I was the translator. And one time he didn't know and he hits me. Like he taps on me. But guys, I'm not wearing a bra. Okay? I'm not wearing a bra. And he literally fully hit my boob.
No.
Yes, and not purposely. Like he was.
Yeah.
But it's like, excuse me, sir. Like now you're in my fucking privacy. I was gonna say ask me on a date first, but please don't ask me on a date. You're disgusting.
Oh
anyway,
my
so
God.
I just had to say that. Sorry.
No, I don't understand people who like don't have a sense for any sort of like social interaction. Like I actually think that should be illegal. You know what I mean? Like, what is wrong with you?
He's looking at my phone while I'm doing something and he's commented on like things I'm doing on my phone. Like now I'm doing Facetune. I'm editing my last picture that I have to post in Barcelona.
Sorry, where'd you go? Barcelona?
I've never heard of that.
What country is that
Honestly,
in?
Anyway,
Barcelona.
Literally, like I had to dim my phone lighting. Like that's invasion of privacy. Yeah. That's like
have the view to be looking at the clouds, but you're choosing to look on my phone?
That's ungrateful.
No. That's rude.
You know what I mean? Anyway, so he's burping, looking on my phone, talking to me, making comments. Like I was just like, and I'm literally, and then he goes, oh, sorry, I see you're watching a movie. Because I would literally look at him. He would literally tap on me while I literally had the worst flight back.
I don't remember if I said this story on the podcast about when I went to Australia and the people that I was sitting beside.
No.
So, guys, Australia is a 16-hour flight. So let's just, swallow that down there. Okay, that's a day. That's a day you're on a flight. So
that's crazy. You guys should all be having pods for that amount of time.
Well, I'll tell you. So I fly standby because my parents work for Air Canada, which means I get
your secrets.
I either get the top-notch seat or I get the garbage can, okay? Yeah. And like I said, 16-hour flight. So I get the last seat on the plane and I almost don't make it on the plane, but I make it. I scrounge.
I hope you're not trying to make us feel bad for you because, oh, you pay $10 to fly to Australia? Oh, are we supposed to feel bad for you? Oh, sorry, what were you saying? So anyway, so I get to my seat and at this point, like when you're at the point waiting for your seat, you're so desperate for a seat that you're almost saying, throw me in the bathroom. But then you have to sit in your reality of what you chose, like you're like, okay, wait, like maybe when I was manifesting, I could have asked for a little more. Yeah.
So I get a middle seat. Obviously, we know, worst fucking seat.
The only difference is you didn't pay for yours. I paid for mine and I still got a Pascal.
So I sit in the middle and I'm just like ready to go on my new journey of life. I have dried tears on my face. Like I'm like in my zone, Mm-hmm. Like I'm like, babe, I'm about to whip out my journal, first page and start journaling.
Travels.
Yeah. Day 1.
Destinations.
Australia, heart, highlighter. So anyway, so I'm sitting beside this like 45-year-old man and this like older lady, like maybe 60, okay? So I'm like, she looks nice.
And
the
you're
guy
the
looks
7-year-old
quiet.
boy. That's crazy.
And I'm the 12-year-old sitting in between. And for some reason, older people, they're just so into what you're doing in life. Like, what are you doing on this trip? Anyways, so I get in my seat.
So you told her you were finding yourself. Did they send you to the bathroom?
So I get in my seat, my middle seat. And I was expecting a little more for a 16-hour flight. Like I thought maybe there would be like extra leg room or something, but no. So I get into my seat. Yeah. And then I realized why this seat was like not taken. It's because the recliner was broken.
Perfect.
So I was sleeping upright, baby, this whole flight like a vampire.
Oh my God.
So anyway, so I sit beside this guy and this girl and I'm like, they look harmless, whatever. We sit down and like all's good, like I'm like safe. I got 2 quiet people because that's my fear is like somebody talking to me. Yeah. So we sit down, we just say like, hey, whatever. We sit down. And I think I'm safe. But then before the flight takes off, the man beside me starts talking to me. So what are you doing? Where are you going? And I'm panicking because I'm going.
He's just trying to hit on you. He's a 45.
Sorry? A 40 fry? I would love the 40 fry beside me.
I would love some fries. What is it with me and my chips and my fries? Am I hungry? Starving.
Like,
always when I'm starving.
So he starts chatting me up, but I'm like, yo, I got 16 hours to go, baby. You better start talking a little slower because I'm gonna run out of shit to say. So like, I don't know why you decided to start this friendship at the beginning of the 16 hours. Like, you could have asked me 2 hours before we land. I would have accepted.
Absolutely.
But now I need to know that we have a friendship and we need to what, joke during the flight. Haha, you took the chicken, yeah, I took the beef. Like, no, okay. So I'm stressing. I have anxiety because as soon as he opens my mouth, I know, okay, I need to think of 16 hours worth of topics.
It's crazy.
So he starts talking to me and I'm like, whatever. I'm like chatting with him. He seems harmless. School is back and Manscaped is here to teach you boys a little lesson about hygiene. And that's going to start right off the bat with the Performance Package 4.0, which comes with pretty much everything you need.
We love back to school.
We love back to school.
I mean, we don't like it, but we love teaching our men, you know.
A little something. So the Performance Package 4.0 comes with the Weed Whacker, the Lawnmower 4.0, which is the best ball razor in the game, and ball preserver, ball deodorant, pretty much everything you need when it comes to going back to school.
That's amazing. So like your razor can technically be your teacher, you know?
Right.
It'll teach you how to get a girl.
So you guys are learning a lot. And with that, because obviously back to school comes with, back to school shopping is the best time of the year. We know the deals come around.
Yep.
And we got a deal for you.
We got a deal for you guys. If you use our discount code ChemicalX at checkout, you'll receive 20% off the entire website. Now, if you want to just get the ball toner, you can get that. If you want to get everything, the whole package, which I do suggest, you also get 20% off. So use our discount code ChemicalX at checkout to receive 20% off your entire order and free shipping. That's a steal.
Exactly. So head over to manscaped.com and use that discount.
I love glowing. Like, if I'm not glowing, I'm mad and I want to redo this whole shoot. So like, you've witnessed it. We've been there.
Mm-hmm. But how do we get our... Yes, dramatic. But how do we get like our glowing, like our staple glowing look?
We work with Neonific, guys. If you are looking to add a neon sign anywhere in your house, in a restaurant, literally I always say these two, but they're the biggest ones. If you want to, you're having a guy over and you want to have an amazing sign to dim the lights and to be hot as fuck, then head on to a Neonific and you can get a custom made sign any size you want, or you can get
a pre-made sign as well,
like the one Veronica has behind her.
And you can also get our discount code for 10% off and free shipping. So use our code ChemicalX at checkout and you will get 10% off and free shipping on anything you want on the site. So light up your life, baby. Mm-hmm. And then like we start taking off and I'm like, okay, like, I start going on my little TV to show that I'm ready to watch a movie. Yeah. I'm ready for you to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, for sure. I did that too.
And you would think people get social cues, but they don't.
No.
So I'm there looking for a movie. He's like, yeah, what are you gonna watch? And I'm like, I don't know. Haha. And then I'm like, okay, I think I'm gonna start.
My earphones are going on.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start this one. He's like, oh wow, nice. Anyway, and then I'm like, and when you have like one earphone in and you're like, yeah.
It's kind of like when somebody talks to you and you're putting your music in. Like,
yeah, like enough, So I'm really trying to make him know. And like as the movie's going, he's hitting me and he's saying, because he plays the same movie as me.
Swear.
Alessia. And then he's going, and I'm like,
you know what that is? That's like you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
That's like you're doing long distance and you haven't seen each other and you want to continue the show you guys started together and you both try and say, okay, 3, 2, 1, click the movie. We'll call each other at each part. Like
literally, okay? So then it's to the point where he's talking to me so much that I'm like, I have no choice but to pretend to sleep. But guys, I just want to let you know we're on a flight here. And to make it worse...
So now you're watching a movie sleeping?
To make it worse, the girl beside me, the older lady, asleep, dead asleep from the minute we left. So I don't even have her as like my lifeboat to say like, because I remember even at the beginning I had said like, oh, you work in fashion? She was like, yeah, I do. She was super nice.
Honestly, maybe everybody who goes to Australia is just trying to find themselves. And he was starting. He was with his journal too.
Well, he was telling me his whole life story of I grew up here, I came from all these places, and I was like, cool. Anyway, so then I do the whole fake sleep, but there's only so long you could fake sleep on a 16-hour flight, right? Finally he falls asleep. I'm like, phew, okay. We wake up and there's like 8 hours left of the flight, which is long, okay. And then he starts, so you believe in God?
No,
Alessia.
No.
I said, where's the exit door? Where? Which one?
No.
Where's the aisle? Okay, give me a parachute. I'm out.
You know what? Parachute.
I don't need to start.
You don't even need the parachute, Veronica. Just
he's gonna say
manifest
God.
that you'll make it in the water and somebody will save you.
I have to be honest, guys. There's one conversation that I don't need to start having on a plane,
and especially
like I'm not gonna start. Yeah,
religion is one of those topics that not everybody feels comfortable talking about because you know you can be somebody that's one religion and also still could agree or have similarities in another one. So to start.
Anyways, so thank God
what did you say?
Well, he goes, are you religious? And I said, well, you know, not really.
I say more spiritual than religious.
Okay. Anyway, so I say, not really, you know, like a bit. I was baptized. I did my communion. I did my confirmation. Okay, so you're Catholic. He starts going, but why don't you practice more? Okay, drilling me like my literal catechese teacher. I'm like, whoa. Okay, he starts pulling out Bible verses. You know, John 3.0. I'm like,
you're like,
I'm sweating at this point. And by the way,
you're like, I'm a fake Catholic. I'm a fake Catholic. Like
I'm like, babe, like I don't need to. And then I'm just going, yes, I can't wait to get to the church. I can't wait till we land so I could go to church. I can't wait. Lord, save me. Like I didn't know what to say. Like he's so into it, and he thinks that he's like converting me in this time to my own religion.
And you didn't
like
think at this point to say like, I think I'm gonna watch a movie now. It's
well, I watched every movie already. I watched every movie, and I think it was like even while we were eating, so he had me on my weakness. Like, anyways, chats me the
question,
whole
did he take
way.
the beef or the
or the chicken? So doesn't stop
you
talking
took whatever
to me.
He did take.
Absolutely, because I don't want to have anything to talk about here.
Anything in common.
Nothing. He said I'm vegetarian. I said put only meat on my plate. So,
but then he's gonna tell you, you know, you should think about it. You should become vegetarian. There's no winning. You don't know when somebody wants to talk. There's no winning.
There's no.
They always find
exit.
Something to relate to.
Anyway, so he's basically trying to convert me to a religion that I already am, but trying to tell me that I should be more religious and more practicing and like my sins and all this stuff. And like, look, buddy, like I already have my nana for this. Like, I don't need you. Like, if I needed her, I would have called her and bought her the ticket beside me.
No. That's $10.
But then also I'm trapped because I have the lady who's sleeping the entire 16-hour flight sleeping beside me. So every time I have to go to the bathroom, I have to wake her up out of her sleep to pee. So I almost pissed myself on multiple occasions. Anyways, more of the story is when it's like 1 hour to landing, like it's like I have shit to prepare. Like I'm going to a country that I don't know anything. I don't even know where I am. Like
I thought you were gonna say you don't know anyone. I was gonna say, Veronica, you have a first friend. He's gonna get off the plane and go, where are you going?
Well, so I'm sweating here and he's still chatting me up. So what's your plans? Where are you going? We get up and I'm just trying to pick my stuff and run away from this guy. My first worst experience. I didn't even get in the country yet. He's going, what's your Facebook? Miss, add me on Facebook. Add me. What's your Facebook? I'm like, Veronica, bye. And I ran out of the... I did.
The security's going to go, where's she running? What does she have in her bag?
Why are you running? Anyway, so that was my experience. And I just want to know one thing before we move on from like the plain sitting topic.
Yes.
When you're sitting beside somebody who's sleeping and they come around to bring the food, do you wake them up and say, hey, do you want something? Or do you let them sleep and when they wake up and see that you're eating, they tell you off? I know.
But you know what? She was minding her business the whole time. Just let her sleep. She's lucky to fall asleep on a plane, like, you're considered lucky.
Yeah, don't you don't deserve my food.
Are you kidding
Food is for the ones that are struggling to keep their eyes open.
Exactly.
That's like, when's the next meal? What snacks do we have on this bitch? Like
you're sleeping, you got everything.
Yeah, you're set.
I agree
Because
with
if
that.
somebody would wake me up and I'm sleeping on the plane, but also if you don't wake me up and I miss my one meal in the 8-hour flight, there's actually no winning.
There's no winning.
Anyway, so what's our topic for today, Alessia?
Our topic
30 minutes in.
30 minutes in, and we talked about planes and Pascal.
So today we are going to be doing something that I've actually seen a couple of people do.
So we're not trendsetters.
We're not trendsetters. We're sheep. We are sheep. So basically, like, people read like Reddit relationship advice posts, and yeah, we're just gonna give our advice on it. So we picked some relatable topics that we feel like, you know, you guys might feel related to.
Okay, I'll start. I'm talking to this girl and she told me she doesn't trust me after only being speaking for a couple of weeks, and doesn't have time for a relationship because she is in her studies.
I'm hearing 2 red flags there.
I'm hearing 3.
Wait. Girl?
Yeah. She bothers me, so I'm throwing in an extra one. Can't you put a bonus when you don't like something? Or when you do?
First of all,
can
let's start with the trust one.
Yeah.
Let's start with the trust one. Right?
Yeah.
Let's battle this down. Girl, we know red flag no matter what. Female, red flag.
Exactly.
We are the flag.
Exactly.
Trust. If somebody only a couple of weeks in accuses you that they
read
don't
the whole
trust
thing
you,
and it said like that he's never done anything for her to feel like
Yeah.
he can't trust her. Like, he's actually like convincing her and telling her like, no, like, I don't do anything. Wait, now I'm making it not sound bad, but like, he basically keeps reassuring her that there's nothing, and like,
I just don't think a couple of weeks into a relationship you should be holding the trust card over somebody's head, because trust, like we always say, you start off on a blank slate. That's how you're supposed to be. But even if you do have trust issues, you're not supposed to put them on somebody so early on. Like, it's not even his job to be. It's like if you start seeing
and
a guy
reassuring her every
but
day.
that's not his job. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you don't get into a relationship and feel like you need to prove that you're trustworthy.
And also, why is there already issues like 2 weeks in?
Yeah. Like
no.
why? But I just imagine a guy starts dating you and you have to somehow start proving that you're trustworthy. Like, for me, that's just not worth it.
Like, you start a relationship, it should be like loyalty, blank slate. Like, you should be trusting each other. And then it's the things they do in the relationship that can make you start to have trust issues.
And also, if you're coming in with baggage, it's, yes, I get it. But if this person is like there for you and supporting you and has done nothing wrong, like, you don't have a reason to start going, well, I don't trust you.
Can I tell you what I think she's doing here?
Yes.
So I think she doesn't actually like him, and she's letting him down easy.
Yeah. And trying to do the I don't trust you by...
I think she wants to maybe keep him around if all her options are closed. But I think that she's not actually interested in him. And it's like her like defense mechanism to say like she's pointing it on him.
Yeah. But then also pointing it on her by studies.
Pointing it on her. But like saying that you don't have the time because you're in your studies, maybe it's just because I've never been a book person. But if I'm down for a fucking guy and he's fucking cute and I'm into him, let me tell you.
Then so like
I'm gonna study.
Then so like
I'm gonna study on the side and I'll still go and hook up with him later. Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
When you're interested in somebody, you make time for what you want. She was just not that.
But we're also not doctors.
Right.
You know, like, what are you studying,
That's
babe?
why.
Like, it's true. We're not, like, I'm not somebody who would prioritize.
You can still be a doctor and still be interested in somebody and find the time for your supposed
I
to
can
be
see
fiance.
people, like, in my life, I've been to points where I said, holy shit, this is what they mean when, like, I'm too busy for a relationship. But also when you're really into somebody.
Come on.
You try, or you say, like, I want to make this work, but like, let's not get too deep.
Yeah.
But I just feel like she's pulling out.
Or like, kind of like, not like the loser, like, wait for me, but like, I'm really busy in my studies. But
Sorry? You're really what? I didn't hear. Say it again.
I'm really busy in my studies, but I finished this day and let's link up. And
yeah. Or just like, I can't give you all my time, but like, if you're willing, like, maybe we could chill one day a week.
What if he doesn't want all your time? You know what I mean?
True.
Like, so no.
I just think this is like her obviously immature, can't say how she really feels, and kind of fucking hating on her.
Because you know what the thing is, I kind of get her in a way, because like when you first start talking to somebody, what do you say when you're not interested in somebody? You're gonna start giving them the paragraph how you're not down. They're gonna,
but also
like
Do we want to take a speech class before we continue this?
We should. We should probably take a page out of her book. That was a pretty good one.
The defense mechanism is to blame and to find an excuse.
It's because I get it, though.
I get it. I do get it because I've been there. Like, I'm busy with work.
Well, because then you tell them it's because you're just not that interested. And then they're like, they're all offended. And they're like, I was never interested. Well, you thought I was down for you. It's
Ew.
Yeah.
But what I don't get in this is like, why are you trying to make him scramble? Like, I think she's playing games because if you're saying, I don't trust you, prove it to me. Like, why do that if you're actually just not interested? Right? We agree?
Yeah.
So, she's the red flag.
Turn the book.
Next. Turn the book?
Turn the page. Guys, don't judge a book by its cover.
All these books. You could have settled with the first.
No braids.
Boobs.
Yeah.
Anyways. Okay. I, 22 male, told my 22 wife that I want kids.
Are you just going to be talking like a robot the whole time, or
yeah,
going to be
Siri.
natural? Okay. I think you should continue.
Oh, okay. 22. Okay. I told my wife that I want kids and she doesn't. We're both 22. I could have said it that way.
Yeah. Feeling 22.
Nobody likes you when you're 23.
No, I'm kidding. It was never going to work. I didn't hear the rest, but... It's not gonna work.
You got 1 year. So before my wife and I got married, I expressed I wanted kids, and she even expressed it too. We had talked about how many and their names, blah 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 blah. Now we're married and she tells me she's not interested in having kids. Now I'm upset she doesn't want kids. I'm not upset she doesn't want kids. I'm upset she told me after we got married though. I told her that this is a non-negotiable for me, and last year around this time I told her if she doesn't change her mind in 2 years we would be getting a divorce so that we can both go find somebody with the same long-term goals.
Wow.
Did you guys watch Bridgerton? Because
literally.
Okay, but this is deep.
This is deep. Yes.
Because we always talk about how when you get older, and I mean 22 is pretty young, but I mean I guess they're from America. The fuck?
Like, what the fuck? Relax, you went on one flight that was 16 hours and all of a sudden
when I applied for my US visa, they're going, Veronica, remember this? In my head, I meant like they're from a small town, like those like farmer movies.
You come from a small town.
22 is not even that.
You want kids?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying.
Okay, perfect.
I take back everything I said.
It's fine, guys. She took one flight.
I just feel like 22 is, anyways.
Anyway. Sometimes it's best you just stay in silence.
You just
try.
You accept and you move on.
You move on.
So I just find like we say as we're getting older, we talk about our long-term goals with people, and it's like important. Like you're on a date, you're like, hey, do you want kids? Do you not? And like for me, I want kids. That's something that's like I'm not.
It's really, a non-negotiable.
Yeah. Right. It's like definitely.
Right. Yeah, I want kids too.
So it's like if
Veronica, we have such similar
but
goals.
Like I can't imagine if I would meet a guy and he said, no, I really don't want kids. Like I don't know how it would feel.
I think also when you get older, it's more of a question you ask. Like it's less scary to ask that on first dates because like you become, girls are, on a time clock and they don't want to waste their time on a time clock.
Anyways,
on a wow, should we scrap this episode?
On a ticking clock.
On a ticking clock. Wow, I kind of get where the app TikTok came from now. I finally understand the name of it.
Why?
Because it's like, how fast can you say something? Like TikTok, like hurry up, like you have 30 seconds. Make a good TikTok.
We only got 5 minutes to save the world.
Hesitating. Back to what I'm saying is that, yeah, like I feel like it's really deep for somebody to say that they want something and then not want it. But also I think her fear was that she was going to lose him because she knew that was a non-negotiable. So she tricked him into saying she did.
Hold on. Did you call her? Did she tell you this?
It all happened on the same flight you were on.
The girl was actually the one beside me's daughter's son.
She lied to him. So she tricked him into thinking she wanted kids so that she wouldn't lose him. And that she thought that once she got him to marry him, he would just forget about all his dreams and that he wanted kids and that eventually, well, too bad you're married. You're not going to get out of this relationship.
Okay, wait, but pause.
Yes.
But she's 22.
I don't like her.
And I'm... She's 22, and let's say they started dating. He said they've been married. Let's say 20 they started dating, or 19.
Holy, guys, okay. Are we on Reddit or are we making our own story?
19, okay? You decide at 19 whether you want kids or not. 3 years later, you're a little older and you realize maybe I don't.
Okay.
Is that not allowed?
Fair. So I don't hate her.
Yeah.
I don't agree with her choices.
Yeah.
But yes, you could change. But what also like red flags me on the guy too. I don't. You're like, wait, there's a red flag for the guy. Poor guy. Like, you just
yeah.
I think that in a relationship, you speak about it more than that one time. You bring up the case and then you say, I want kids. Like, you kind of can like feel from somebody like at 22, like you had the conversation again. Like, don't you guys kind of plan like when you think you're gonna have kids? Like the fact that he's shocked, but he's had two conversations about it. Like,
but he's saying only after they got married, now she's like, no, I don't want kids.
She tricked him. I hate her again.
However, I think, yes, everybody's like, you don't have to stick to your decision. And I do believe like as you live and as you grow, maybe you might change your mind.
That's true.
But I feel like he's fair in saying like, okay, well, you kind of have 2 years. If not, let's get a divorce. Yeah. And I want to find somebody because I really want kids. I actually side with that. Like, you know what? Give her the 2 years. Maybe she'll change her mind. And it's sad to give the ultimatum, like, stay with me or have a kid. Yeah. Like,
I think they are super young. Like, if he's giving it like another 2 years and then to see, but normally when people are very like, I do not want kids, I don't know if it fully changes. Because I think even at 19, I was going to say like, eventually I want, even if I knew I wasn't ready. So I think she's really set in her ways.
But
which is okay to not want kids.
It's okay, but just don't tell somebody. Yeah, don't tell somebody you guys get married and then change your mind. And also, I think like, okay, the 2 years makes sense. It's sad to hold it over her head, like.
But he has every right.
But 2 years, get a divorce and find somebody else.
24 is young for a kid.
But that's what he said. He said, I'm giving her 2 years because at least then I'll have time to still find somebody, date,
I'm 25
marry.
and I'm not ready for a kid. I'm still dealing with me and I'm a kid. I don't know.
Who's going to tell him? Babe.
But they're probably living in where?
America.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. I'm not over this.
I'm not over that I shot down America like that.
I can't even believe
That's when you watch 16 and Pregnant
You're
growing
really
up.
not living the American dream.
Fuck.
Me, 18, male. And my girlfriend, 17, female. We're out drinking with my friends. But she drank way too much and started saying random things. At some point, she asked where her ex was. Where is my name of ex? I can't stop thinking about it and she doesn't remember. Should I try to forget it or do I tell her?
It's really hard to talk to somebody about something they did when they were drunk because
but you also think like drunk thoughts equals
sober mind.
Sober minds.
I mean,
wow.
I've done shit when I'm drunk and I don't stand by that little quote. I think that quote came from somebody who was 16 and never really experienced a nice blackout.
17 and female is
like,
what happened. We got the ages.
I've done stupid and said stupid shit when I was drunk that I genuinely didn't mean. So maybe she doesn't mean it. But then again, why are you asking for your ex? Like, why are you asking for him? You're not like accidentally slipping up.
Well, the question is, do you confront them? I think that I don't have the willpower to not confront, so I'm confronting.
The bazooka is ready. I'm confronting, absolutely.
Or you do like the other guy and you give it another 2 years. And if she does it again, you're out.
Well, here's the thing.
Give it that one chance.
You know what I realized
maybe it's recent. Maybe, you know.
But like, I'm the type of person where I can't settle unless I talk about something.
Yes.
Even though I know there's no response that's making me happy, I have to say it.
Me too.
Because realistically, what is she going to say? Babe, I was drunk. You know that's what she's going to say.
Yeah.
You know that's what she's going to say.
But you hope that there's
something more that's going to satisfy you.
You know? But there's nothing that she's going to... Anything she's saying is making it worse.
It's making it worse. But you need to speak your feelings.
You need to speak
your feelings. I always stand by opening up about how you feel rather than bottling it up, because then something's gonna happen, whereas like you see a text from her ex or something, and you're gonna have that like emotion bottled up inside you, and you're like, why the fuck is he texting you?
You know,
and you're like, the fuck.
And also sometimes when you speak about something, you don't really need an answer. Sometimes you just want to be heard,
and sometimes you just want to like set it free.
Yeah, like you just want to say it so that you let them know if they do it again.
Repercussions.
But like if somebody's always asking for their ex when they're drunk, like
I think that's weird.
Yeah, like that's just weird.
Well, didn't you have like a situation?
Yeah, I did. I wasn't really gonna speak about it, but here we are, guys. Chemical X season 3. Here we go. I was in bed with a guy that was not the guy I thought I was in bed with. Well, I knew it wasn't him, and he said something, and then I called him.
You were sleeping.
I was sleeping, and he was like trying to like kiss my neck and stuff, and then I called him a name that wasn't him, and I was really drunk, but like,
but they knew each other. They knew each other, so it was worse because he knew exactly who you were referring to.
Absolutely. So now not only was I whore on the first episode, but I'm a whore on the second. Safe to say that I left after that. There was a whole argument. There was some punching in the wall. And as you can see, that's where it stems from my like toxic relationships and everything that I'm working on. So therapist, if you're listening, 514.
You're about to give your number? By all means, go.
I'm single. I could do whatever I want because I'm free.
Sure. I get enough prank calls, so if they could just merge onto you, I'm good with it.
You get a lot of prank calls. Well, we'll save that for next episode.
I don't think I've ever accidentally... Hold on.
Wow.
Wait.
Accidentally.
I don't think I've accidentally ever called somebody the wrong name. Like, I'm pretty good with that. I'm pretty, like, legit with knowing who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
But
when you're sleeping and somebody catches you off guard and you just recently ended something and you're... Why are you in a bed with somebody else when you recently ended? Anyways, a long story.
Get over by somebody by getting under. That's...
Yeah. How do you get over somebody? You get underneath somebody else.
Yeah. Is it true, though, when you're under there crying? But... it's fine.
Yeah, sometimes that works, and some other times you go, I miss my ex.
Yeah, you say, this was horrible.
This is horrible. His dick is small.
Yeah, there's so two ways that could go. Yeah. It's crazy. But no, one time when I was first seeing my boyfriend.
Hopefully we can get through a couple of Reddits. We're so self-centered. I hate us.
I love it. One time when I was first seeing my boyfriend, it was like maybe 2 months we were seeing each other. So I'm cleaning the tables. It's 4 a.m. and it's after a shift at the club, and he's blackout drunk in his bed somewhere. And I just call him like I think he called me like seeing if I left the club yet or whatever.
And I'm just before the DUI or after? You're like too soon.
I mean, not too soon, but I don't know.
Okay.
So I'm cleaning the tables, and he's like, no, definitely after.
Okay.
And then I'm cleaning the tables, and
well, yeah, love would keep
I'm
you
just
together.
I'm just like, bye. And then he's like, okay, bye, love you. And then I was like, and then he hung up, and then you know when you're so wasted, but something sobers you up, and you go,
wait,
that was the longest silence I ever took on this show.
I know.
Anyways, but then I was like, the next morning, I just kind of like, hey, and like he never mentioned it for like months, and I was like,
really?
Wait, does he love me?
So what did you do?
I never said anything. I never said anything until I told him that I loved him, and he didn't say it back. And then I said, but you said that one time when you were drunk that you loved me. And he said, oh my God. I did. And I said, never mind.
Well, the way you harassed him now, it's like he didn't say it back, so now it's like he had no choice.
Said it the same night because I pretty much put a gun to his head.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, as we would.
Are you kidding me?
Well, babe, you told me 4 months ago when you were drunk as a joke, and sober mind speak. Wait, what is it? Drunk mind speak sober thought. So I really said he loves me.
And then when they asked like who said it first,
him.
I agree.
On the phone that day, absolutely.
I agree.
Are you joking?
Okay, you want to get through a couple more?
Yeah. No, wait, I have one. Okay. My boyfriend said that I'm not his entire world when he's basically mine. My boyfriend, 22, and I, 19, have been dating for a little over a year. Last night, we had a long talk about our relationship and everything that needed to be talked about. I'm not sure how we got into this topic, but he said ultimately, if we were to split up, he would eventually be fine because of self-efficacy. He said that he doesn't view me as his whole world, but as an important part. I understand that is a healthy way to view a relationship, but for some reason, it bothered me. I don't mean too much to him, but I know that I would be devastated if we would split. I would be fine too, but I know that I would be very sad.
Okay, I think that in this case, he's somebody who met her, but he has his own occupations, he has his friends, he's not giving up everything for a relationship, which is, I think, healthy.
Yeah.
And I think...
But also you never want to hear that, though.
She's probably the type who doesn't have a lot of friends and kind of glued onto him.
You
and
make
like
these whole backstories that I didn't know.
Oh my God. Everybody hates me.
You're like, and her mother told her that she will need to find a man in life, and that's where she gets these attachment issues?
Oh my God. But but
go on.
This is where I'm going from this. I think he's a part of her world. She's a part of his world.
Right?
Wait. Hold on.
She's a part of his world, but he's her whole world. That was really
No, the other way around, Veronica.
No, she thinks he's her whole world, and he thinks she's just some of her world.
She goes, no, and then she switches it. Anyways, exactly. Like, for him, he's like good, chilling with his friends. I'm making this whole scene, chilling with his friends. He's happy with his life.
When I said I got inspired, this is not how they did it, by the way.
She's just a bonus, and he's happy to have her.
Okay.
But when you're so happy with your life, I do think that eventually, even as much as you love somebody, you could move on because you're so satisfied in your life. And she is like, my life is him, and if I don't have him, then I don't have anything.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, like, woman, get a hobby and, like, learn to stand on your own before you share your cheese.
Okay. So, well, how did cheese come into this? Anyways, it's fine. So I kind of side with him because I'm that type of person where I'm like, I'm always like in a relationship, and no matter how much I love you.
You're siding with him. Are you going to let him know? Are you going to DM him?
I'm going to write to the thing actually.
Okay, and I'll write to the girl.
By the way, I side with you. So I'm that kind of person where like no matter how much I love somebody, like even my boyfriend now, it's like, I love you, I want to be with you forever, but I'll literally be like, if you like have to leave me one day for your dream, I will be okay. Like I always want us to prioritize ourselves.
Wow, she's such a fucking good girlfriend.
I know, but like I can't
if you
explain.
leave me for your job, I'm coming with a gun. Like,
it's because I just have this vibe where it's like I never want to hold somebody back in life, and that's why I know
they're gonna hate you for it. After.
But like I know no matter what'll happen, no matter how much I love somebody, I know I will survive. Even though as much as I want to be with them, I can't be somebody's whole world. However, hearing them say to me that they're going to be just peachy without me is like, look, I know that's the reality, but don't tell me to my face. Like, let's talk about it in a nicer way. You know what I mean? Like, my boyfriend's my whole world, but also I understand that we're two separate people and shit happens. And like, I'm okay with the fact that if one day something happens that brings us apart, as long as we're both happy, then I'm okay.
I just don't want ever somebody telling me that they're literally, you're my whole world.
Yeah, that also
that
for me
literally gives me anxiety.
Gives me
anxiety. Like, how do I break up with you after?
Yeah, it gives me anxiety because it feels like...
How do I break up with you after? Like, I'm already...
I think that's guys, the step
this
one
is the positive side of the podcast, and this is the negative.
I'm like that too, whereas if you tell me, like, you're my whole world, I'm like, okay, whoa. Yeah. Like, I need somebody who's able to reason with me and be like, I love you to death and I want to be with you forever. But like we both understand that life is life. Because people who can't grasp that and like want that so much, you're my whole world, I can't live without you, it almost makes you like claustrophobic in a way, you know?
It really does.
So then you side with the guy.
I absolutely side with the guy. I think you should never be somebody's whole world.
She changed her mind because...
No, I was always agreeing with you.
You said the girl at first. I can't wait till we're editing this and we're going, who fucked up when?
I'm saying you should never fully be somebody's full world. And like, I don't agree. I think she needs to get a hobby. Yes. Which means I agree with the guy.
Right, I agree with the guy too.
Yeah. Great. But like, stop saying you're gonna be super peachy without like
chill a bit. Like, give a little sweet talk.
Act like you care and cry at least for the breakup. Husband caught me finishing myself off after faking. He's so stupid. He's so...
Oh, okay. Aled, do you have something to say?
Honestly, guys,
he's so stupid.
It really is. Like, I got an engagement ring and it wasn't real gold because I'm angry today.
At who?
I don't know. Husband caught me finishing myself off after faking. He's so upset and I think he might be done with me. This is really long.
Well, so he is stupid, but
I'm not really gonna read it. Mm-hmm. But how would you feel if your husband, like if you, I guess husband or not husband, if you're finishing yourself off and you faked an orgasm and now he sees?
Well, here's the thing. Now there's two problems here. One problem is that he's mad instead of being like, oh my God, like, yes, I'm not like satisfying you. What can I do to help?
Yeah, but like you're hurting a guy's ego too, you know?
Yes, but also when you're faking an orgasm, you're not actually letting them know that you're not enjoying it.
Yeah.
Like he thinks he's doing a good job. Agreed. So it's not really fair. Whereas I feel like if you would be like, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? And he's not doing it or he's like not able to, then I get it. But like if you're faking it and then going, it's like I could see how you would be mad. Like what the fuck? You could have at least told me that you weren't having a good time.
I think this is an easy fix. You
okay.
know? Because
vibrator.
I feel like it's very
Alessia.
Absolutely. I think it's an easy fix because you know what? Yeah, it's like not embarrassing, but it's like shit. Like you didn't really know this about your girl or whatever. But now that you do know, I feel like have the conversation, fix it. And you know what I mean? I think also you have to learn people's sexual desires because the second you learn that, I feel like if the relationship, there's not enough communication already. You can tell because
if you're faking an orgasm,
there's no
just goes to show you guys are not on the same page for sex. I have, to be honest, never or maybe once faked an orgasm in my life because I'm just not gonna, like, I'm gonna communicate that I'm not enjoying and you could fix it or like whatever, you know, like that's my choice after.
Yeah.
I feel like she should talk to him because obviously his feelings are hurt and he feels betrayed because I think it's kind of like deep if you think you're pleasing somebody and then you find out you're not. So I think that's where his anger is coming from. Not that you're actually finishing yourself off.
And I think it's really not that deep though. Like there's so many times I'm
like,
just
why don't you do it together?
There's so many times where I'm just like, you know what? Like I actually just want to come on myself. Like just give me the vibrator. Like you had sex, you came, babe.
Yeah.
Like, I'll finish myself off. Like, I don't think it's
But you can also do it together.
You could definitely do it together and you could do it. But sometimes, like, whatever, if it happens and you're doing it alone, like, if you're not lying about it, you're just saying, like, I'm gonna, like, please myself, then what's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that. I just think men are very fragile when it comes to, like, pleasing women. And I'm sure it was, like, really, like, shocking for him to find out that maybe now it's like he's going, okay, wait. Well, now he's going... Yeah, but
they've been around in town
but I'm
quite
saying,
a couple of times.
Imagine you're going, has every orgasm been faked? Like, what the fuck? This
whole relationship has been a lie.
It's all been a lie. No wonder he's ready to fucking throw her out.
Imagine though. Why did your relationship end?
I used the vibrator after we had sex because he didn't make me come. Wait.
I was pleasing myself while he wasn't in the room. Wow, we're bitches. I got cheated on is the next one.
Leave him. I didn't say it was a guy.
She broke up with me because she said she wanted to work on herself, but then her friend told me she cheated on me several times throughout our 2-year-long relationship. I honestly don't know what to do. So they're already broken up at this point.
Yeah,
But you find out now, like everyone's telling you the truth once you're out of it, you know, like honestly, I'm putting that guy on blast. I'm never getting back with him, but I'm letting him know that I know what you did. Even though I should probably have grown from this and been like, fuck you. I'm not even giving you the time of day. I'm going to let you know that you cheated and we're going to end this relationship.
I'm going to let you know that you cheated.
That I know.
Yeah.
And that this relationship's going to end and I'm the good person and
you're the bad person.
You're the bad person.
I try to think like if...
I that sounded really like stupid, but I would want to let... I would want to get it off my chest.
Yeah.
You kidding me? I'm letting him know that when he was drunk, he said, I love you. Then you're absolutely letting somebody know that they cheated on you.
I think it's more about telling them that you know because I
just want to let you know I'm not an idiot.
Yeah. I think the big thing about cheating is like you feel stupid. But to do anything more than that is just useless because you guys are done. You guys are done. You broke up for a reason. Yeah, she was a fucking liar. But you know, there's not much more to gain than for yourself. So if telling her is going to make you feel better, then you tell her. And yeah. Okay, so last one before we wrap this up.
Ooh.
The girl I'm dating, 27 female, and I'm 34 male, told me that she has HSV1 herpes. Yes. Do I call it off? Is HSV1 mouth or...
It's mouth.
Okay.
I think.
Okay, so basically he's saying that
Wait,
he's been on a couple of dates. No, it's fine.
Okay.
I mean, same shit. Basically, he's been on 2 dates with this girl. She's really nice and they have so much in common. And she basically opened up to him and he appreciates that she was upfront, but he doesn't know how to deal with this information because has like severe anxiety and he doesn't know if like he can get over the fact, like be like not have anxiety about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's just like assuming the worst. He's saying, I'm prone to anxiety, so for me, I can just take this lightly. I would get herpes, and if I would get a cold sore, my brain would automatically assume the worst, like I have HIV. I know it's not the same, and I'm in therapy for my anxiety. Okay, wait. Okay. Anyways, the point of the story here is she has herpes. Yes. She opened up to him, and he doesn't know what to do now in this position.
First of all, how long were they together before she let him know?
2 dates.
2 dates?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think that's like so good that she felt comfortable enough to tell him.
I think it's also like very nice of her to like give him the option.
You know how many people have it and don't say anything? Yeah. Like she really didn't, no offense.
Yeah.
She really didn't have to say it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because technically, if you don't have a cold sore, he's not getting herpes. Mm-hmm. So I think it was nice that I think it's really nice that she told him. And I think he needs to do some research on what herpes is. Yeah. Like, chill.
Yeah. I think, especially like cold sore, like, come on. Like, literally. Babe, I got news for you. I'm pretty sure everybody gets cold sores. Yeah. And herpes is super common and I think like 2 out of 3 people have, or 1 out of 3, something like that, like a really high number. And a lot of people don't even know. Obviously, like,
because you could have it and it could be dormant.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So obviously when you know something and you feel like you can avoid it, you're a little more like, do I continue this going? However, my advice in this situation would be like, if you really like this girl, I wouldn't put that as like a factor to not like pursue the relationship, because
at all
if you're thinking about 1 in 3 people,
really anything.
Yeah, if you're thinking 1 in 3 people, if you literally dated 12 girls, I got news for you. There's been a couple in there that probably had it without you even knowing. So
I think it was nice that she even mentioned it. I think that it's nice that she's honest.
Yeah.
And it should not be a deal breaker in any relationship, because guys, just because one girl has herpes, the next one could have something else. Like, no girl is perfect, and I think imperfections are, a cold sore sometimes.
I mean, I just think it's a reality and it's not as severe as people think it. I think the only reason why people are so stressed about it is because of the way it's like socially viewed is what stresses people out so much. But it's not really harmful to you.
It's not.
And if you really like this girl, then I say go for it. And I wouldn't,
and it doesn't even mean you're going to get it.
Yeah. Like, so I would chill and I mean, this guy clearly has therapy needing anxiety. So I don't know here,
But like, I also don't want to be with somebody who's like that. That's the same person who's literally having sex and he's
pulling out the Febreze disinfectant and you're going, okay.
Yeah. Well,
anyways,
in this episode, if you chose not to like me, then don't forget to still rate me 5 stars on my Instagram, @Alessia, and on Spotify, 5 ratings out of 5.
Apple Music.
If you guys like this Reddit thing, or if you guys want to submit in questions, let us know how you feel about this episode.
Yeah.
And if you think that I'm a bully, then I agree. I agree with you.
There's always one bully in the friend group. You're like, it's you. Thank you so much for listening. Follow us on Instagram. Like I said, subscribe, comment, check us out on Spotify and Apple Music. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week. We love you.
With a wedding proposal.